'Tis the season for planning, and that's why we've got OKRs, right? Objectives and key results. This is a system to help us plan, but often OKR templates just aren't focused on the numbers, on the stuff that you actually have to measure. And so that's why I built this template in Coda. As always, the full build is going to follow this intro. So this one's pretty lengthy. It's about 2 hours. I went deep on some of the update abilities, so you follow along, jump in and out wherever you need to, pick up the skills you want. So let's check it out. The tool is centered around these check-ins, right? Because it's one thing to write down all of our objectives and key results. It's another to actually meet with the team, post updates, and monitor our progress. So if you open up a check-in, this is what we see. A bit of detail about the check-in, when it's going to happen, and then all of our current OKRs. So I can filter the OKRs by our confidence rating, and this confidence rating really is the primary way we're gauging how likely it is we're actually going to achieve this thing. Okay, and it's separate from the measure. So for this one, I want to be my objective, healthiest 45-year-old I know. The measure or the key result is going to be going to the gym 5 times a week. So when it's time to do this check-in, all I need to do is click on the update, and here I can see my target measure, my metric. If I want more information about the key result, I can see it. But really, I'm in here to say, yeah, my confidence rating is good, and put my measure in. Now, if it was not so good, if I only did 2 a week and I'm starting to think, you know, this one's getting a little out of hand or a little away from me, then I can reduce my confidence rating here and then go back. And so we're flagging confidence ratings and measures that are below certain thresholds. Both of those can be set in the back end. And cool also here is that for each of these key results, we can see the change over time. So it's like, okay, we're losing it on this one. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep it up. I may have to relinquish the title of healthiest 45-year-old man in my life. So pretty cool, pretty easy way to track sort of what you're doing. Of course, you can add check-ins pretty easily here. You can set in the back end how frequently you want to duplicate or add days to them. So this one now is pushed 30 days out. And I guess that's it. I mean, we can see objectives if we want, and objectives as well will show us our key results and some notes and such. So this kind of template is a great launching pad for, a more robust OKRs program that you might want to offer. If you're looking to get help building that kind of thing, if you're working on it and you just need some extra support, then I can't recommend enough joining Coda Guild. Coda Guild is a new membership on offer, 3 different tiers. If you just want templates, I'm putting out one of these a week, $20 a month, you get all of them. If you're looking for additional support, you want to join the community, and this is an exclusive group of Coda builders capped at 20. And every week we're going to do 3 hours of office hours, and also you get a one-on-one for 1 hour per month, as well as everything in the library. So really good value there. And of course, the library, as you can see, we've got 12 tools, adding another tool every week. So, we'll probably hit another 50 for the rest of this year. So if you're looking to join a group of people trying to build tools, self-support, this is it. Please check out the website and sign up. Cool, everybody. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I'd love to hear any comments you have, especially on what you might like me to build next. I'm always open to suggestions and building the things that community wants. So take care. Okay, ours. I'm going to say that way too many times today, but right. Well, we'll get started with back end this time, because this time I got smart and copied the modal lines formula from my other docs in advance. So there it is. This is the settings page. All right, and that modal line formula we'll just use when we're building modal layouts. It's like when you pop a row open, and that'll be a little divider. It's just a rectangle formula with these dimensions. So you can change the color quickly, change the width, change the height if you want. It gets kind of ugly if you change it too much, but there it is. So what do we need? Well, we need a objectives table, and DB, as usual, is just to indicate this is a database. This is the primary table. So once we start making views, it's easy to find the one we care about the most. Okay. Keep that notes column, right? Yeah. Maybe I want to bring in notes in table format, but let's just leave it there for now. And great. Well, what else do we need? We need key results, OKRs, objectives and key results, DB key results, and we're going to make a table called DB key results, and this will be our key result. And notes. All right, well, now we need to be able to select key results from objectives. And actually, where are we? We're probably, it's always tough to say which one of these you want to look up to the other one when you're making a two-way column, but here we go, we'll make a objective. So we just made a relation column that looks up to objectives. So now we can, okay, I'm going to treat this, it's like OKRs are kind of like goals, right? So I'm going to say be the healthiest 45-year-old man in my life. Okay. This one is Coda Guild is a wild success. And here it is, we'll say Victorian Commons is good. Okay, Victorian Commons is, we'll start here. Coda Guild is my subscription service for templates and training. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, Victorian Commons is okay, getting that started. Going to the gym, eating better, being healthy. Okay, so now when we go to key results, you can see these just appear, and that's awesome. So the other thing we want to do in edit column here is say create column. This will move over in objectives. We now have a key results column. So if we're over here, we can start to select key results from this side. So that's it. We're done. There's actually one main, I think, piece that gets missed in a lot of OKR templates, which is the actual check-ins. It's like if you're not keeping track of these things on a regular basis, there's really no point in doing them. And you get to define what regular means. What do we need for a check-in? Primary column's likely the date, right? Column type is gonna be date. And maybe we'll do a start time, end time. And I guess we'll keep the notes here for now. Just all right, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna do a check-in on tomorrow. And it'll be from 10 to 10:30. We don't need a lot of time. But what are we checking in on? Well, we'll definitely be checking in on our objectives. And since key results are a part of objectives, I probably don't need to do anything there. Okay. So now what? How are we actually going to make this work? Well, I guess I should add some key results, right? So let's just do that. First of all, I'll get rid of these blank ones. And, okay, be the healthiest. Well, we want to go, okay, that's what we're doing so far. Oh, I need to make sure my key results at a column. Oh, it is allow multiple selections. Where'd that go? There we go. What else do I want to do? Okay. Hey, come on now. There we go. And I don't know, Coda Guild. What am I going to do for that? There's a good one. And let's see. That's a tough one because I've not put a time to it. We'll come back to that. This is a hard one too. Let's say we want 20 members by year end, and let's say those four. All right, so now we got a bunch of key results attached to our objectives. One thing that's really helpful for key results is setting a confidence. Let's do a slider. We'll call it confidence rating. Okay, and we want all of these to start at, well, not 5, make it out of 5, and the minimum can't be 0. We'll make the minimum 1, increment 1. We want to start at 3. Okay. That's important because every new key result, it's like you're not fully confident you're going to make it, right? So, um, yeah, and that's something to let us sort of check in over time. Now, the other thing we want to do then is say, well, what is that as a percentage? And now, if we're doing percentages, we should probably do weights as well. So, how do we want to do weight? Make this a number column. There's only 2 of these, so I want to, okay, gonna break this open and do it from within here so you can see better at the layout. Okay. And actually, we'll get the lines going here. The modal lines. Okay, now wrap text on this one. I'm gonna hide the notes, hide the objective, and there's the confidence rating. Okay, so first of all, let's say, let me do, let's do, right here, we'll do add related column, count selected. Okay, key results count. And now within key results, we can see that we brought that in here. Add related column, key results count. Okay, so now we can see how many key results we've got for each objective, and that's going to be important for weights. So what we want to do in this case is just say 50 and 50. All right, maybe we'll make this a percent. Yeah, let's try it for now. Number percent 50 and 50. What? Weird behavior. Okay. Let's say what am I trying to do here? The number is actually weight, right? Then for the key result, or for the objective, we would say something like Let's again make this, I'll make this a percent. And we need to put a formula on it. That formula is going to be key results dot for each let's not do it that way. Let's do it like, I'm just going to get rid of this for now. We'll do it in here. Another percent, wait. Weighted confidence equals then we can just look at weighted confidence and sum it. That's not right, is it? No, 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 no. Three to five is 60%. Okay, for some reason I was thinking it was 66%. Done. So that's summing there, which is good. So what we can do is hide this. And right, so now if we up our confidence rating, right, we're 100% sure that the OKR is good. Yeah, it's kind of tough because do you really want that to say you're 60% sure? Hard to say how much value that has when it's rolled up. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave it for now, but I don't really like the weighting. Might just hide that and just stick with the confidence rating. Okay, but the problem is if I want to do a check-in, let's say we do a check-in, what does that look like? Here's a check-ins table. I want to see the expand row. I think objectives for now would likely be all, right? And actually, it should probably be, I need a status on here. Select list. Started in progress. Okay, that'll do. Edit column. Oh, and we should probably set new rows to be not started. All right. I'm going to change this to active. Okay, so for our check-in, let's say we want to see all the objectives. So we have a check-in here, and again, we're going to have to edit this. Let's call this check-in. At some point, we'll want to add some participant information, but for now, I'm not going to worry about it. Hide that, add line 1. All right. Now we've got an objective and we can wrap the text. Not worried about the notes at the moment. Let's hide that. I don't know, maybe we want to see the key results here. I guess that's helpful. Let's wrap the text there. And then we can do that. So already the problem is if we do our check-in, then we can, we come in here as a group and we say, all right, let's look at the objective, and we go click and we open it up to the objectives, and we're like, oh, well, you need to update the confidence rating, and you do that, and that's great. Then you go back, you're like, done. Or even from within there, you go, okay, next objective. And you take a look at this one, you're like, yep, we're doing well. We don't need to adjust anything. And now you go here and you're like, oh, I don't know, it's not looking good, and blah, blah, blah. So then you come back and all of these are changed, but you don't get any sense of the progress you've made. So I think what we need is a like key results status table. Let's try that. And this would be the check-in, I think. Check DB check-ins. Right. Where you said, okay, on Tuesday, January the 14th, we checked out a key result. And actually, that makes me think maybe what we want is not so much the objectives here, but the key results formula. So, first of all, I think we also want, can I copy? I can't remember if I can copy a column. Oy. Okay, we'll just do it this way. What I do blue, this is green, it's active. This is done and it's gray. And blocked moves up. And the default is not started. Okay. So now over on DB check-ins, I'm just going to do a similar filter key results where the status does not equal status equals not started. No, status does not equal done, right? And just in case, I don't know if I'm going to use this filter where. Okay. Because now what I can do from within the check-in is instead of showing the objectives, I can show the key results, because that's what I really care about when I'm checking in. But I can group this by objective. And on the check-in, I probably shouldn't be allowed to add a new key result. Okay. So I usually go into the group settings and hide the row counts because I don't really like seeing it there. Personal preference, wrap text, don't need my notes, hide that. Okay. So that's better because now when you come in, probably hide that. OKR checks, we'll say. All right, so now you could come in and go, oh, look at all these blah blahs, and I can see the blah blahs and whatnot. The other cool thing that we could do here for our checks is say, I'm going to make a new column. It's a slider so that you can filter this because you can't bring up, unfortunately, the filter bar for tables that are within modal layouts. You have to kind of create your own filters. So let's say KR confidence filter. And this will also be a slider. Number slider. Oh, and now we run into the problem where the table header is down here. So we're gonna have to make a header column, which is easy. You just make a text column and then add a formula and put whatever you want in there. So OKR checks. And this is actually a little bit better because you get a bit more control over how it should be displayed. Hide the label, make it a little bigger and center it. And then I can take the label off of that table. Okay, so my filter here, my should be the same, right? Value for new rows, we'll put it at I don't want a formula. I don't know why I did that. 1. Because what we'll want to do is say at least. So it's like show us all the key results that are at least whatever we have this set to. Filter the KRs by confidence level, confidence rating. Filter KRs by confidence rating. Okay, then I need to change this table, right? Oh, I can't do it from here. Okay, I'm gonna go back to objectives. This is I always do this. And it actually wasn't there, was it? It was key results. Right, there it is. Oh, weighted confidence. What the hell? Oh, it's in my check-ins. Okay. I'm just gonna hide those two and that header. So here's your key results. Here's your key results confidence filter. What we want to do is say edit formula. So status doesn't equal done, and actually we also want to give people the ability to show all of them, probably, right? So we'll do a toggle and say show KR done status filter. Try to keep the same nomenclature, I guess. So now it'll say edit formula. So status does not equal done. I don't remember if I can put an if statement in here. If KR status filter, then status does not equal done, otherwise nothing. Yeah, okay, that works. So here's what we've got. We've got a filter. It's going to have an if statement in it. I hit enter. You got to hit shift enter unless you open up the thing into the bigger view. Try to clean things up. Okay, so if KR status filter status is not equal done. No, if the status filter is blah, then everything. Oops. And it's this one that's not, right? So it's if the filter is open, then we want to see all. Right? Now it's just show us done. So let's mark this key result. Go to the gym 5 times per week. It's done. So that is a show done, or like show all, including done. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Not started. Then we need to do filter where and confidence rating is, wait, current value confidence rating is greater than or equal to KR confidence filter. Right, that is the only one that we have a 5 out of 5 confidence level in. Go to 4, I've got none. If I go to 3, I have all of these ones. And I thought for a minute I could change it from within there. Let's put this one down to 1. Now it's gone. Now it's back. Okay, so let's see what that looks like within the check-ins. Great. So now we can see, I just need to add that filter. See all OKRs, including status equal done. All right. So why don't I also columns? I'll bring the status in. And maybe we actually want to group by status. Okay, so that's not too bad because now you can come, right. When you use the instructions, it bumps it down a row. You lose. Yeah, there we go. You lose your nice, whatever. So that's good, right? You've come in, you've done your check-in, except that once again, I have no way to monitor my results over time. Not to mention the fact that what I really want to be doing is making a note of, hey, on Tuesday, January 14th, go to the gym 5 times per week. It's like, did we do it? Do you know, like how many times did we actually go, and can I document that? So that's two separate things. That's like adding a metrics and and doing that KR key result status. So go back to key result status. This is saying on Tuesday we're going to check out these different key results. So what we need is a key results column. And a confidence rating slider. So this again has to be edited to be, I really hope I don't have to change this. I'm thinking about having maybe to change it from 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5 is 5. Okay, that's fine. 1 to 5, and value for new rows will be no. No value for new rows. The value for the new row will be whatever the key result, like last check-in, was. So actually, when I make a new key result, I also need to make a base level key results status. created on, created by. These are good to have. Just in case. But what are we trying to do? Because now we're going to have a formal check-in, but maybe also like an ad hoc check-in. I don't know. But really what that means is I need a button. So first of all, I need to prep my table by saying on click key results stuff for each. So for every key result I have, I want to add a row in key results status where key results is current value and confidence rating is 3. So there's all my key results. I've got my base level confidence rating now. So then what key results should be doing is looking up to the most, what the key result confidence rating should be doing is looking up to the most recent status update. So let's take key results. I don't think I necessarily need, maybe I do. Let's do this. So let's reverse the column. Create the column on the other side in key results. All right. And what is my chickens? Is confidence rating the display column? Maybe it is. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, because then within my key result, what I see is key result status. In my key result, I need a button to do a check-in. So the button would be here, and it would be add row, no, open row, add row, open row, a row you're adding to db key results status where check-in. I have nothing to identify the check-in. I can't say parent. I wish that I could. So it should be like check-in is, it's like this row, which is this row, dot parent or something, right? But I can't easily reference that. So I'm gonna have to make a whole bunch of workaround stuff. So let's do that now. So first of all, what that means is I'm going to make a new front page called check-ins. And on the check-ins page, I'll have check-ins. Check-ins. And I don't want my pin expand row. I'm going to have to make a button. So now on my settings page, I need a I need current check-in. And I also think I'm going to need current user at some point. This user, call that current user. Okay, and current check-in will be a relation lookup. Personal, we're going to call it current check-in. It's going to look up to check-ins. Don't need multiple selections. I don't need anything else. Collapse the content. Okay. So now we go back over to this button. Didn't I make a button? I didn't. Check-in, start time, end time. Hide all that stuff and say button to RunActions, open row, this row, and the other action is going to be to set control value current check-in to this row. Okay, because now what'll happen is when I click that, it opens the check-in. It's told me it's set it. I don't need you to tell me that. And current check-in is now set to that check-in, which means that when I do it again, now this button, when I say check-in, should be equal to the current check-in. All right, so that one's solved. Then the key result will be this row. And the confidence rating will be this row, confidence rating. I think. Let's just call this check-in for now. What does it get me here? Oh, that's a great one for the open row. Right, so now when I say, oh, it's our, whatever, it's our meeting, well, first of all, I should probably update the status of this one, right? Which would mean pin the expand row. So you can open that. Oh, I don't have a layout for key results yet. Okay, well, now we do. And I guess I'll leave check-in for now. But what I really wanted was status, right? I'll do it like this so that I can show hidden columns, set layout, hidden column link. Okay, so now I can change my status to active for that one and go back. All right, this one is active. and I can make a new check-in. Edit the layout. So I don't need to see the check-in. What I really need to see is the key result. I'm going to call it key result. Right, so now, and it did push to the right one, right? So now I go 3. We've decided we're not really, and actually I need some notes, right? I need to say why I've done what I've done. So let's say notes, make that a canvas, do the thing where you do the thing, display editable preview. May as well add a line 1 while we're here. Yeah, so we adjusted it from 3 to 5. We said moved down to a 3 because uh, it's started snowing and it's hard to. Okay, actually, we'll say move to a 4. Now if I go back, the problem is this is still at a 5. So we don't actually want the key result confidence rating to be a select. We want it to look up to, see, I've got go to the gym. We want it to be whatever the most recent status update is. So if I go back to key results and say key results status, what do they give me as related? Count selected, last modified doesn't help. So let's just say a new column, it'll also be key results status. Oh, yeah, I gotta use last KR last status, KR status last update. KR status updates. KR status last update. Okay, so let's say we want to add a formula. We're going to take all of the ones that are already there and we're going to sort them. We'll sort them true by created on, and then we're going to take the last one. Okay, so now this confidence rating is going to change to a formula. That formula is going to be KR status last update dot confidence rating. All right, so now it's pulling. You can see this one's a 4. All the rest are 3s because these are all the base level ones. And this is a 4. Okay, so the other thing, check-ins. If I need Uh, if I need to make a new key result, I don't want to use those buttons. I want my own button because I'm going to have to run actions so I can make a status update column for it. So run actions, okay, I need to get the name of the key result I create. And if I do this wrong, I'm not going to get it, right? So I have to do two things. I have to add a row. I'll show you what I mean here. Add a row to key results, right? That's fine. And actually, I'm not just going to add it, am I? I'm going to open row because likely if you're adding it, you want to pop it open. And then what I want to do is add a row to key results status. The problem is if I say key result, what's my key result? Well, now I have to try to say, it's like the most recent one. And if somebody else has added one since I've clicked the button, it's like you get into all these weird things where you can mess it up pretty quickly. You can never really know if you're getting the most recent key results. So a good way to do it is to say another current one. So now I'll make another current formula, say current key result, and this is going to be a relation, and it's going to be personal. We'll call it current key result. It's going to look up to key results, single select, and that is it. And now from key results, what we actually want to do is not add the row here. We want to do a set control value current key result and then add the row here. So you're saying like, what value do we want to set the control value at? We want to set it to a brand new row for key results. Okay. Then the add row, when you're adding to key results, to the status one, when you want to identify the key result, now your current key result is set. All right, at your new row. And then the only other thing you need to do is to open, actually, you want to open the row as soon as possible for the user. So now that we've created it here, let's open it for them so that they get to see it. Nope. Current key result. All right, there we go. So we've done three things. We've set the control value to be a brand new key result row, then we're opening it up, and then we're creating a new row in the status table for this new key result. And I think that should be it, except that value for new rows should be 3. Now, we call this new key result plus. I like to make my adding buttons that add something, a row to a table, green. We're going to call this new key result button. I wonder if it's better to say button new key result. No. All right, so now let's new key result, and we get it. We want it to open to layout 1. So let's db key results, right? So this one, edit layout, also needs to have objectives here. All right, so that we can select our objective, blah, blah, and then we don't need to see the check-in. So actually, maybe it should be a new table for this. So here's what I'm going to do. Add a subpage, because, sorry, I'm going to show you that again. So first of all, it's just created our new key result. Pick a different layout. I don't want to check in. This is my check-in. Right, so it's like adding the thing should look different than checking in on the thing. So we'll just do a very quick add subpage, new page, add new key result, and then we'll bring in the DB key results. I'll add new key result. We'll open up a row. We'll say edit layout, duplicate layout, add new key result is the name of this layout. Then we can remove the check-in, say we're done. But I think now sometimes you still have to associate it with the right table. Yeah, add new key result. Okay, and then the key results table itself, let's just call that layout main layout. Okay. So now when we push that button, the open row should say open the add new key result layout. All right, now I click it, I get add new key result layout, and I can make this however I want to be like, give them instructions and stuff. Okay. But I don't want that one, so delete row everywhere. And I don't want this one, so I'm going to delete that row everywhere. That's great. Okay, so now when we do our check-ins, what was this button doing? Run actions. Right, open row, and then so we are we'll do a check-in, and then this one had this awesome open. And action ones I like to make blue. Only for errors, that's great. So open, nope, I have a check-in column, so let's say open row, open check-in. This one will be new check-in. Nope, I can't use this one either, because I also want to be able to sorry, I also need to be able to set the control value. Right, set control value for current check-in to an add row db check-ins, and then open row current check-in. New check-in, I want a plus green Important to name these things because then you can call them later. Like if you need an automation to make a new check-in or something, then you can just call the automation to push this button as long as you've made a good name for it. Did I open row? I did. Great. When is it? It's going to be the 20th. And actually, you probably will need to automate that. Um, Great. So now, when we look at our check-ins, we can check in. I need to remove that add row on the bottom. There it is. You can check in and do your check-in. And when you do that check-in, you're saying, did I do that thing or how do I feel? Am I going to, I need to show the confidence rating label, all right, because that's an important piece. Am I still 3 out of 5 confident that I can do this? Or like what's changed? And then what I want to do probably is go on to the next one. So also I'm probably going to need a key result button here, right? Probably going to be able to add a key result from within here, but that's not the most important part. I'm going to go back to an objective just so I can make sure I've got, or actually key results. Brainstorm names, and I'm going to say this is, no, it's not brainstorm names, it's find a wicked name. And the objective is Victoria Commons is good. Why didn't that, right, because I did it from here. Key results, new key result. Find wicked name. And we're going to say this is done. Actually, that status should be there too. And if I want to adjust this confidence rating from here, I can't. So it's like maybe that status needs to look up also. All right, so add new, no, key result status. All right, this is getting silly where I've used this several times. I'm going to convert it to a table. So first I'm going to remove these colors. I'll just leave them. This is DB key result. Oh. All right, this is status updates. That's a little bit confusing. but I think it is important distinction. Key result status. Cone. Hilarious. Okay. Right. So that's still good. So that's going to look up to there. So now my status updates, I need a lookup to key result status. Right, and this can just be called status. Edit column, I'm going to make the value for new rows not started. One of these was, I had said was already started though, right? Go to the gym is active. Check-ins. So I want to go to the gym to be, oh no, it's this one. Preparing to active, right? Okay. So then in the check-ins table now, SetControlValue this row. It's not that one, it's the key results check-in button. Okay, open row, I should clean this up. Add row to that table. There's a couple things. I find this the best way to keep these clean is like best way for me at least. Crap. Is just to every kind of function drop down an indent, but then for your add row, it's like add row to the table, and then it's like what's the column and what's the value? What's the column? What's the value? What's the column? And that keeps it nice and clean. Makes it better when you're coming back to change things. So the status should be this row dot status, but then the actual status for this will be the same as confidence rating. What do we do for that? Oh, I don't need to do that. Status. Okay. So, right. So now, where was I? I was looking at that find wicked name because I'd opened it up and I need a button when you are in the add new key result because this is where we were, right? We added this new key result called find wicked name and it came up like this. I guess it would be a similar check-in button, but instead of creating a new one, I just want to open the existing row. So let's duplicate check-in button. And we'll call it update KR. Or say update KR. And I think errors. Is that other one only for errors? Every time. Okay. But we don't want to open row, add row for this one. We just want to open row key result KR status last update, right? Because find wicked name should have a key result last status update, right? That's the very first one. So when we go to open it, and I'm just going to delete this, we'll do it again, see, make sure this works. So be check-ins, no, we're on key results. We go add new key result. We say find wicked name for this space. The objective is Victoria Commons is good. Well, we're going to use Victorian Commons, so that's great. So now it says update key result. And the key result is that, and we need the status. All right, and then we say it's active, and it's actually, oh, what happened there? Interesting, right? And done, we did it. So I can actually mark that done. Oh, I see, I've tabbed. As soon as you select this, it tabs over. If I hit tab again, I'm now down somewhere else and it's back to normal. That's weird behavior though. Back to the key results and it's updated and we're good. So now if I go to my check-ins, what does that look like? Right, I can't see it because it's done. 5 out of 5. If I try to go to this objective, confidence rating 0 because I don't have the weights in yet. Yeah, let's simplify this right now and just say we're not interested in weight and weighted confidence. Right? We should actually group by status. There we go. And remove the add row button. And we want to open the key result. So this confidence rating now we can change to, actually I might duplicate it and just hide this one it's some you can get yourself in a lot of trouble you can end up with a lot of extra columns. Uh, so, but for now, let's just call this weighted confidence rating. And then I'm going to duplicate it. It's like if you do this kind of thing, yeah, you can leave yourself a bunch of debt sitting around, but I think I'll be okay in this case because I think I'll probably want to bring weights back in at some point. Just not right now. Edit formula. So, okay, so key results is instead of the weighted conference, the confidence rating is the key results confidence rating dot average. Oh, it's not a percent anymore, just a number. Let's put it on one decimal place. And actually, I think what I want to do, well, first of all, I need to get rid of that weighted confidence rating. Confidence rating 3.7. We want to say average confidence rating. Now that makes a little more sense what that is. We could maybe make it, if I call this one confidence rating calculated, and then add a new column that's like confidence rating. Okay, our confidence rating. And it should be a compose. No, I can't do compose within a modal. It has to be a text. Add a formula, do a concatenate to add things together, and say KR. Confidence rating calculated, comma, out of 5. 3.5 out of 5. Okay. I like that a little bit better, I think. Okay, our confidence rating calculated. Okay, I can't change that, right? That's fine. But that's my check-in. So this one, I think what we want this button to do is to say, well, if you haven't checked in yet, then check in and add a row. But if you have checked in, then you want to update. Right? If last KR status last update dot check in equals current check in, then put update. Otherwise, you want to check in. What does that look like? right? Because we've already we've already done these two. We have not done these ones. So how am I gonna do this? I need an emoji. So instead of using cycle, this one I think, and then I'll do another emoji. I just went offline. Back online. Okay, so we use those two. And bring those into here and take the icon off of the button. Instead, add it into the label, which means we need concatenate again. And maybe we'll use the secret color formula and say update. Man, didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? Not happy, is it? Yeah, something's messed up. Is absolutely not happy. Hmm. I wonder if it's because for whatever reason, I'm doing it inside the modal. So I want to do it again. Like, don't make me do it again. It doesn't want to concatenate, does it? Let's forget the color blue then. Just forget it. Oh, ridiculous. It's because I didn't put a fun. I didn't put the uh, quotations around the emoji. Right? Okay, that'll do it. I hope. Green. Okay. So the only thing is make sure I put a space because it seems to be a little too tight. Okay. Now, what we need to do is say the same thing. What did I say? If care status last update dot check-in equals current check-in. So that's our if statement for the button 2. We say if kr status last update dot check-in equals current check-in. Then all we want to do is open row kr status last update. Otherwise, right? So now, if we already have an update, if the update's already been done for this check-in, then we're just going to open that update so we can adjust it. Otherwise, we're going to add a new row. Okay, that should work fine. All right, so now when I update this one, care last status update 4. All right, move down to a 4 because it started snowing. Whereas this one is going to create the new one. So now what we need to do is, I think if we can, right, update check-in. It'd be great if while you were in here, you had that check-in button for the next one. And then you wouldn't have to go update. You've updated it. Now go back and do it again. The problem is if you had this, that'd be the last one, right? Or if you had done, off, or on, then it's a different number of check-ins you're going to be doing. All right, let's just leave it for now because I think that's pretty good. So let me check on my time. Oh my goodness, an hour and a half already. Well, there's your 90 minutes. You've got a check-ins table and a key results table. The problem is I'm not quite done. I wanted to do something with metrics where instead of this being go to the gym 5 times per week, I could actually say how often I wanted to do the check-in. And then actually report on that. So it's like the key result status would actually say here it would say how many, not just a confidence rating, but it's like how many times did you do it in the last period. So let's just try that in here. Insert before, it would be like a number, maybe, measure. The problem is it won't always be a number. Like, what if it was a time? What if it was a duration? It's like get your some process iteration down to like 10 minutes or something. It's like your cycle time for something reduced to 10 minutes. Then the measure would actually be a measure of time. But I guess that's fine. I guess what you'd be saying is 10. And then the measure would also have a unit on it. So insert column after for a select list of units. So it's like minutes, visits, meals, paid subscribers, events. It's not units, it's metrics, right? What does that look like? Actually, I think the notes would go with that, right? It's like measure metric and then your notes. Go to the gym 5 times a week. – So this check-in, let's say it was a weekly check-in, first of all. Check-ins are going to be on Mondays, Monday, January 20th. But this one should be active. 10 healthy meals per month. I can't, I have to update it. Active. Go to the gym 5 times per week, update. I am feeling good about it because what was that? A week of the 6th. We went 5 visits. Okay, so we did it. So there should be a target, right? I should be able to see for a key result that there is a target metric to be aimed for, group by objectives. Plug the laptop in. Okay, so there should be a couple of things here. One is when I go open this key result, I should have a target measure, which is some kind of number. I should have a metric, which is the thing by which I am measuring. And then I should have, if I duplicate that, last measure. And this should be a number, and it should be measure. Right, because now we say we want 5, according to this, 5 visits, and that means this should really be visits. Target measures 5. Last measure was 5. And our confidence rating is good. And if we happen to update this and say, no, we only did 3, right? The last measure is 3. But we didn't, we did 5. And so this one, this be the healthy one, so if I take the notes off, and the last measure, what's target measure? I think I need a measure display. So do text. We're going to say equals if last measure is blank, then we want to say not yet measured. Otherwise, we want to say concatenate last measure, comma, out of target measure. So, oh, my headphones are dying. I'm absolutely taking too long with this, but it seems like such an important one. If I check in, get my confidence rating. I think I'd really like to make that check-in full screen. I don't want to open row. I don't think I want to open row. This one, open row, we'll say DB check-ins and full screen. Because then when you open it, yeah, you get more space here. Then I can add the measure in. Okay, so per month in January, now I'm measuring the last. See, so it's not passing the metric, I bet. Actually, it shouldn't need to. The status should pull it in via the key result. Right, this metric shouldn't need to be defined. It should be done here with the metric. And then we bring in as well the target measure. Right, where we say edit layout. Oh. Okay, back to the check-in. Get 50 paid subscribers by the end of Q2. Well, if I really want to do that, it's not started yet. So those can stay the way they are. And those aren't started yet either. So it's like those are done. That's done. We're done our check-in. Then we can make some notes. So the only other thing we might do is say settings. Uh, threshold. This will be to conditional format the data. So threshold confidence rating. Okay, we really want, actually, this might be cool to also set, let's do this. Let's say confidence ratings. Then here I can put a text field for the confidence max. That's 5. And then I can say confidence threshold equals three. Those should be collaborative settings because that will apply for everybody. So now we can do something which I do sometimes, which is say H1 personal settings, and then have a collaborative settings. Okay, confidence ratings, we've got that. So now on confidence rating, column has to be changed to maximum now equals confidence max. And it's here as well. Confidence max. And it was somewhere else. Display. Oh, in objectives. Right. Confidence max. Because now if we went in the back end and changed our confidence rating to 10, then everywhere we should still be good. Nothing's changed other than, yeah, all our past ones, but I should change that back before I forget. Actually, wherever I just was, metrics, this measure should also in the formula say the metric dot metric. All right, 5 out of 5 visits. So the only other thing, let me say this, the only other thing, I wonder if I was just holding up the computer in front of my face the whole time. That'd be fun. The thing is, you probably come in and update these before you had your check-in. But I guess you could come in, you just know, you'd come in, individual comes in, and they click on this to update it. All right. Okay, so conditional formatting. Um, if we say add a rule formula, confidence rating is less than or equal to confidence threshold, then red. But only if it's not started. All right, so let's go back to that. If no, it's already if, so if is baked into this, so it's status equals active or status equals blocked. No, status equals active and confidence rating equals less than that, right? So that's it. If I add a rule, status is any of, it won't let me do it. Okay, let's just say this one is blocked. I can't do it. Okay, let's just say this one is blocked. So that I can say, oh, fun. Don't see that happen too often. There it is, blocked. I want red for everything. But it didn't do it. Why? Because it's below that one. Oh, I didn't actually select it. There we go. Okay, so now I can update that one again. And say it's active, right? Cool. What is the formula for this one? So you could do the same threshold for your measure to say like you missed something on your measure. What do we have for time? Oh, I'm already over. Oh well, let's forge on. Because you could do it on a percentage basis, right? Where you say your target measure is that, and your last measure. Oh, what's measure and last measure? Right. Your last measure is 5. So if we do percent, my headphones are going to die. Measure percent equals. Oh, you didn't like that, huh? Right, by target measure percent. So then that's a shame. So I put that in the check-ins table. I should probably have put it on the actual key result table. Right, now I add a rule for status is blocked. That's funny. So then it pops up. Okay. All columns. And then I want another one for I would say if status equals active and measure percent is less than or equal to Measure threshold, which doesn't exist. Uh, 40%? And back to key results and conditional formatting. We'll see if that works now. Great. Well, we want red to apply to measure. Status equals active and and uh, last measure is not blank. All right, so now, well, that threshold doesn't really make sense, especially if it's like some number for the whole year and you're measuring after every week. Whatever, it's there now. So if I were to update, oh, I got it wrong. Oh, I see. It's because of the percentage thing. It's a decimal, right? Div 100. Okay, so if I go in to my check-in and I update this one, then and actually this needs to be done in the key result. The key result, the target measure is 10 meals. Now I can update. My measure was 2. Actually, I think it might be good positive feedback on this conditional formatting to do the opposite of this. So we would want to duplicate that and